What is up guys, you're watching Gator RC and today we're unboxing this new to me Axial SCX24. It is new to me, which means that I did get it used, but hey, as long as it works, I don't mind. It comes in three colors, red, white and blue. I have the blue. The one I have is the Bronco, although there are a few versions. I do think that this car is pretty similar to the TRX4m, for example, so I do want to compare them in this video as well. But that will be later in this video. In the box we have a manual, some stickers and some spare parts, a USB-A charger. Hold on a second, this cannot be the original controller, is it? It is completely unbranded, looks pretty weird and has a carbon fiber skin. Then there's this huge opening thing on the top. This is definitely not original. I'm not sure what to think, I guess we're going to find out later. Now, let's take a look at the car, and it does look really cool. We've got a big long grille in the front with some what looks to be working headlights. This car is fully licensed by Ford, which is always good to see. The wheels are tiny, but they do feel pretty grippy and soft. We've got tiny scale mirrors and windshield wipers in the front, with an interior and a guy inside. It looks like on the back we have more working headlights and a functional spare tire. And just look how tiny that differential is. Awesome. We do have door handles all around, and this car does look like it has a lot of ground clearance. It definitely has that off-road look. On the roof we do have some fuel canisters, a box and some sand ladders, which are also easily removable. If you just twist this little guy, you can take both of them off. Awesome. I did also just notice that it has LEDs in the front bumper as well. Nice to see that. But for the outside, I think that's pretty much all. Let's take a look inside now. Now, how the heck do we get this body off? I honestly don't know. I haven't really taken it off yet. Oh, did you hear that? There's some Velcros in there. There we go. On the inside, there's really not that much to see. We've got our ESC and receiver 2-in-1 around the front area. Under that we have the absolutely micro servo and the even smaller brushed motor. Then we have our battery. Let's take a look. What kind of battery is it? I'm guessing it's 2S, but I'm not that sure either. It is a pretty interesting battery design that we have here, but it is a 2S 350 mAh 30C LiPo. And just look how skinny this thing is. That is crazy. Back to the car, and that is pretty much all there is to see inside. Last thing I forgot to mention is that the body hinges up on the back. Now, underneath we do have a front and back 4-link suspension, just like you have on your larger 10 scale crawlers. Some pretty damn long drive shafts both in the front and the rear, and an aluminum chassis. But that's pretty much all. I have to say though, the car looks really great. I think the blue is really nice and stands out from other cars in this scale. And talking about other crawlers its size, I was going to mention the TRX4m, but now that I look at it, I think the TRX4m is a lot larger. It is quite a bit longer, a little bit taller, and quite a bit wider as well. I was expecting the 1/18 scale TRX4m to be quite similar, but they're actually very different. But still, they're both Broncos in a similar price range, so let's still compare them. The suspension setups are quite different. This one is harder and more like smoother, while this one is just kind of floppy, but that doesn't really matter to me. Sometimes I even feel like the TRX4m is a bit too stiff, where it doesn't flex enough. So I'm guessing that's going to be fixed with this guy. But the only real way to test that theory is to go give them a drive. Starting off with our Axial here, I did also notice that the controller is original. It says Horizon Hobby right there. So it is the original controller, which is always great to see. And with this car, you have to lift up the front like I showed you earlier, and there's an on switch here. As I said earlier, we do have lights in the front, both in the front grille and in the bumper. And by turning one of the switches on the controller, we can turn the front headlights off, we can turn them on, and then we can turn them into like a strobe kind of flashing mode. I was wrong about the back though, there is no lights in the back sadly, but I think that's completely fine. The car is definitely pretty noisy, but it does have a lot of low down control. Like I'm going to demonstrate right now. It can go pretty slowly, so that's great to see. The steering servo is very quick. Too quick almost. How does it do under pressure? Not too bad actually. I think it's pretty good. It is definitely not the quickest, but I'm not expecting a crawler to be beating any speed records soon, so not too bad. Overall, I think it is pretty solid. Let's see how it compares to the TRX4m. We will be comparing the low-down control of both cars, so how slow they go, the flex, which is the suspension angulation, how well it works, The top speed, pretty obvious. The incline test, so how steep both cars can climb. The turning circle, so how tightly they can turn. The performance, which is just like overall crawling for both crawlers. And parts, which is like what's available, is there any upgrade parts, and so on. After each round, I will score each car either a 1 or a 0, and in the end we will add them up to find which car is better. Now, in terms of the cars themselves, one is the original Traxxas TRX4m Ford Bronco, and the other is the Axial SCX24 Ford Bronco. Both cars are completely original, with the only thing being changed in the Bronco is the light kit that I installed in one of my past videos. It has both front headlights and rear lights, and the original servo burnt out, so I installed this one, but the specs are pretty much the same. And in terms of the Axial, everything is completely original. Kicking it off with the first test, which is the lowdown control. Now, just so you know, all of this is my opinion. Please do not be offended or anything like that. It is completely up to you which car you choose. Starting off with the Axial, which I wouldn't say has the best lowdown control, but I do think that it is going to be better than the TRX4m. It is definitely not like brushless level lowdown control, but it's pretty good. You can definitely hear the gears inside quite a bit, but again, the lowdown control is not too bad. Next up, the TRX4m. Which, like I said before, I think it's going to be a little bit worse at this challenge. Yeah, that's the minimum there. It just barely does it. I think the TRX4m is more geared for speed, but I do know that it is going to be a lot faster than the Axial once we get into that test. And with that being said, the Axial is up by 1. Okay, flex test number 1, obstacle number 1. Let's see who can do this better. I do know that this test is going to be no problem, but still, let's see how easily they're going to do it. That looked pretty easy. What about the Bronco? That was way too easy. Let's make this a bit harder. This should be a bit more difficult. I wonder how easily is it going to do this obstacle? Pretty damn easily. What about the Bronco? Now there's only one of those ramps, so it should be a lot harder. Oh my god, it's actually doing it so well. I was not expecting it to hold on top. That's pretty crazy. There's no way the TRX4m does that easily, but let's see. Oh no, it's doing it pretty well as well. Okay, I'm running out of ideas, so let's just get this over with. Whenever one of the four wheels comes off the ground when I'm coming up here, then the car fails. So let's see how far this guy can get up. There, the back wheel is up and the front one now. So the Axial failed on the fourth hole here. Let's see how far the TRX4m can get up. I honestly don't know. I think the TRX4m could have gotten a little bit farther up, but I am not very sure. Yeah, I think the TRX4m takes the win in this test. So far, we're looking pretty even. Next on the list is the top speed test. And this one is pretty simple. I'm just going to time each car from there, how long it takes to get, all the way to the finish line. As usual, starting off with the Axial. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that's not very fast, is it? There we go. Now the TRX4. 3, 2, 1, go. That was pretty easy. Another win for the TRX4m. And for this test, I'm just going to keep increasing the angle of this bridge until they fail. Oh, it's not too grippy on the bridge, I don't think. I thought it would make it though. There we go. Okay, slightly bigger angle. Yeah, it's not gripping on the bridge, but it does make it eventually. There we go. Okay, once again, increase the angle of the bridge. Oh, I missed again. No, it's not gripping on the bridge very much. I do think that the TRX4m comes with better tires in the box. Ooh. No, still going. No, it's not going to make it up here. Will the TRX4m make it up though? Oh yes. Oh. Yeah, easy. It's definitely looking like the TRX4m is going to be a better crawler by the end of this challenge, but still, the SCX24 can still come back. Now, in terms of the turning circle test, both cars start beside that tent. They're going to go around, do a big U-turn, and I'm going to mark where each of them stops. But I've got a good feeling that we both know which one is going to win. Okay, there. I'm going to drop my other TRX4m there. And now let's go for the yellow Bronco. I've got a feeling this one's going to win, but we'll see. Yeah, there is just no competition there. I mean, that is a huge difference. If you've got a tight track, it's going to be a lot harder to go around it with the Axial than it is with the TRX4m. Yeah, so it is definitely not very fair. I mean, the TRX4m is just destroying the Axial. I would have thought that the smaller car would have a bigger turning circle, but I'm not really sure. I know that the TRX4m is quite a bit more expensive, so that kind of makes sense. In terms of the performance, I'm not really sure how to grade this, but overall in this video, I'm sure that you've seen the TRX4m has been just superior pretty much. But the Axial is also pretty good. I mean, it's not that far behind and it is a lot cheaper, so it's kind of up to you. There we go, I think that's pretty fair. And our last category is the parts. I think this might be a little bit controversial as well, as the TRX4m has been out longer, I'm pretty sure, and there's a lot more parts for him. You can get basically every single part for both of the cars for like replacing them, the stock parts, and then almost every part can be upgraded as well. So all aluminum, brass, anything you really want. So both of them have thousands of options they can choose from. So this category is a bit wonky as well. There we go. I think that's pretty fair as well. I'll kind of leave that up to you to decide. And the grand total is 5.2 for the Traxxas TRX4m and 1.8 for the Axial. Just so you know, neither of these companies sponsored me. I have no connection with either of them as of now. So this just was my honest opinion and how my test came out. You don't have to agree with this. It's just completely a scientific test just for fun. But yeah, in my opinion, the TRX4m is better. Which is to be expected because the TRX4m is quite a bit bigger, more expensive, and overall it's just like everyone would have expected the more expensive car to win. Please just remember that this is all my opinion. You can have something completely different. But in my test, the TRX4m was better. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I just unboxed the Axial SCX24 in my last video. So if you want to watch that, there will be a link in the description. But for now, that is all. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.